Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back. I've got a pretty exciting video for you today. We're starting a new series. We're going to be finishing this guitar body, which you may have already seen. It's just got some white pickling stain from Behlen on it right now. But basically it's a bare wood body, just a little bit of stain in there. And what we're going to be using to finish this is Behlen's guitar finishing kit. So it's a pretty sizable kit. But what I'm going to try and do is limit myself to almost exclusively what's in this kit and maybe just a couple things that you'll easily be able to find around your house so that you don't have to worry about having to go out and get a bunch of extra stuff. We're going to try and finish this guitar with pretty much just what we've got handy in this kit and you know, easy to find stuff. So I'm just going to quickly go through what's in the kit with you and then we'll get started. I've already done an unboxing for this, so you know, we'll make it quick like I said, but pay attention because I'm going to be running a contest on my channel very soon for my 20,000 subscriber mark, and the people over at Behlen and Mohawk, which is the same company basically, have generously agreed to sponsor the contest. We're going to be giving away one of these kits to somebody who lives in the US and who wins the contest. So pretty exciting. Pay attention. All right, so like I said, just quickly here, because we've already done this once, this comes with instructions, the necessary sandpaper, a guitar finishing DVD, and a wood finishing repair DVD, which is a bonus. I'm not going to be using the DVDs because I don't have anything that plays DVDs anymore. And what else have we got in here? We've got trace cloth. We've got a rubbing pad or buffing pad. We've got 2 cans of aerosol, vinyl sealer to seal up the guitar. We've got 5 cans of stringed instrument lacquer. We've got 2 toners in 2 different colors. That's also lacquer, but the guitar toner has a color to it, tint, so that we can get a nice transparent finish. We've got some fretboard oil, which I don't have a fretboard going right now, but I have done a video, and I'm not sure if it's out yet. It will be if it isn't, comparing various fretboard oils, and that one is good, I'll tell you that. We've got a deluxing compound, which is something for polishing. We'll kind of cover what that's for later. Buffers polish, and wood lube. I need to look up what wood lube is. Well, it's a rubbing lubricant. I'm sure we'll figure it out. So that's what comes in the kit. I'm going to get started looking at the instructions here, and we'll get going on this. All right, guys. So there are a couple things that you're going to need that don't come in the kit. One is some masking tape, so that you can mask off your cavities, and the other is a respirator. You're definitely going to need a respirator or some kind of protection because we're working with lacquers, buffing compounds, vinyl sealers, pretty much all stuff that's, you know, not particularly good for you. So to start off with, sand your guitar, okay? Make sure it's nice and smooth. You start with 150 or 180 grit, comes with the kit, and then up to 320 grit. This one has already been sanded smooth to 400 grit because that's what I did before I put this pickling stain on there. So we're good to go on that front. Next, if you have an open grain wood and you're going to grain fill it, you do that and then sand that smooth as well. All right? We're not doing that. This is not an open grain wood. I'm happy with how this is right now. So I'm going to move on to the taping stage. So this is the part where you tape everything that you're not painting. Now, this kit was designed predominantly for acoustic guitars, so you can finish an acoustic guitar with it. It's got the appropriate stuff, the lacquers and everything, so that it doesn't, you know, mangle the sound like you might do on an acoustic guitar if you sprayed it with, for example, an enamel. So, you know, it's actual stringed instrument lacquers and stuff. It's designed to use on that. I'm not doing it on an acoustic guitar for a couple of reasons. First of all, I'm terrible at playing acoustic guitar, so I don't really have one. And second, I'm more interested in having a really cool finish on an electric, personally. But if you're going to do it on an acoustic, make sure you tape off the area where you'll be attaching the bridge, and make sure you protect the area where you'll be gluing in the neck. All right, on this one, I don't have to tape anything off for the bridge because it gets screwed in place. I do, however, have to tape off the neck pocket, which is what I'm doing right now. It doesn't take very long because if I build up a bunch of finish in there, then the neck's not going to fit properly. All right, so I'm just going to tape up the neck pocket. It's also a good idea in most cases to tape up the pickup cavities. In this case, the pickup cavities are actually a bit rough, and I don't mind the thought of them getting a little bit of finish in there because it's not going to jam up the holes. And I would like it to be a little smoother in there, honestly, to maybe have some paint in there so that the copper tape will stick better if I get to the point where I decide to put copper tape in there to set this up. All right, this one has ferrule holes in the back, obviously a jack hole. So the way that I mask those off is I just take little pieces of tape, ball them up, and put them in there. So once we've got this all masked up and ready to go, the next step is going to be sealing it. All right, it's a good idea to seal your guitar before you start spraying lacquer at it. Now, it's not really an adhesion issue like with a primer, for example. The lacquer should stick just fine, but the sealer gives it a smooth surface to work with, to adhere to. It's not, again, not really an adhesion issue, but a smooth surface so that it flows out well. And the sealer is thicker, it fills in, you know, small imperfections in the pores and stuff, and it doesn't really soak in the way the lacquer would. So, I mean, you can do it without sealer technically, but it's going to be a long process. It's going to take a lot more coats because the lacquer will soak into the wood more, even if your wood's filled. So we're going to start off with a few coats of the vinyl sealer. And by a few, I mean a couple, I think. Let me just double check what the instructions say. Apply a coat of vinyl sealer. Coat should be wet. Yep. Careful not to spray heavily enough to create runs or sags. Takes about 30 to 45 minutes to dry completely so that you can move on to scuffing it and stuff. So it's very quick. The sanding sealer, this vinyl sanding sealer is great stuff. Sorry, vinyl sealer. It's not sanding sealer technically. But yeah, it's a really good product. It dries really fast. It fills in really quick. It's easy to use. So if there's a lot of deep grains, you might need another coat. They gave me 2 cans. 2 cans come in the kit. That seems like a lot to me. So I don't think we have to worry about running out. In fact, I've already used this first can for several projects, and I think I'm going to be able to use it to complete this one without having to move on to my second can. I wouldn't be surprised. All right, so in order to prevent me from getting paint hitting, you know, the edges of this and going on to this paper that I've got down here and causing it to stick, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stand the body on a couple of paint caps. Don't really need to shake that other one. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and spray this side. Now, I'm not using my guitar spray stand for this because I know a lot of you don't have guitar spray stands. You haven't made them, I assume. So again, I'm just trying to keep this easy for you. I'm using paint lids that are straight out of the package. So you're going to apply a fairly heavy coat of your sanding sealer. I'm going to mask up and do that now, and you can see how I do it. All right, guys, so there we have it. A couple coats of sealer on here. Waited about 10-15 minutes between them. It's looking nicely sealed up at this point. We've got that kind of satin sheen look that you get from the sealed wood. So it's ready to be sanded down and prepared for the lacquer, the toner lacquer, and then the actual lacquer, or sorry, the toner lacquer, and then the stringed instrument lacquer, which is the clear coat. So that's it for this video. We've got a good start. Things all sealed up and ready for the rest of the paint. In the next one, we'll come back and sand it and get going on the next steps. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned. We're going to be talking about that contest shortly here, and you'll have a chance possibly to win one of these guitar finishing kits. But even if you don't win it, if you're looking for an easy way to finish up a guitar, I've got a good feeling this is going to go well. So stay tuned, see how the kit performs, and then decide if it's something that you might be interested in. As always, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section below, and have a good one. I'll see you next time.